Jesus hits. Jesus hits.
Hello everyone, this is Jesus Hits. I'm back again, new beats here in 2017. I know it's been a while since I made a video, but basically what's going on is I made a new beat on my Machina. That's what I'm using right now. I still have the MPC. I'll use anything to make beats, whether it's software, hardware, anything you like. So we're going to go over a beat that I created last night. We're just going to do a little recreation of it and show you what I've been up to. Definitely thank you for watching. Let's get it started. So the first thing we're going to start with is drums. I figured out a few different things of how I want it to be. So let's start off with how the 808 started and go into everything else. So the 808 was pretty much simple. I went through a pattern of that's pretty much how the 808 went. Then we went through a few different changes so that we can get the snare the way we want it. So I pretty much combined a snare and a clap, but one is lower than the other, so they accentuate each other. So they basically play together like this. All through the beat. And next I did a few things with hi-hats. So depending on what type of beat I'm making, if it's somewhat more of a trap beat or something like that, I'll change the 808s, or excuse me, I'll change the 808s and change the hi-hat how I want it to flow. So basically with the hi-hat I used the note repeat, so it went something like so it flips through, it sort of jumps around in rhythm to keep everything in touch. On certain parts you'll hear the open hat. It's pretty much simple. And I did play a crash throughout parts of the beat as well. I didn't want anything that lasted too long or gave too much resonance on the back end, so that's how I wanted that to go with the drums. And then we're going to go into other parts of the beat and then I'll play everything for you. So the second part of the beat pretty much was the pads. I like to use a few different programs when I make pads, and I know usually I would play it out on a keyboard, but I do like the features of Machina so that I could basically put it in keyboard mode and pretty much do everything from the pads that I would do on the keyboard. So this is how pretty much the intro with the pads went. That's the parts I played with the intro, and then the parts of the verse went more like and that pretty much spanned a good part of the beat. I got a good rhythm off of it, and then I was able to fill it in with the drums as well. So next we're going to go into another part that was done pretty much with the keys, and then I'll go into something special that I like to do now because I don't do as much sampling as I used to do. I'm trying to go more original now but still have that feel of a sample. So we'll get into that part as well a little bit later on in this video. Thank you. So there's a few different things that I did pretty much with the piano and how I laid it into the beat. So the first part I did is I actually, once again, was in keypad mode, and I played out a part that went with the intro like. So that pretty much laid over the intro. And like I said, there's a lot of different features and many different programs that you can use when you're trying to hold the melody but make change ups. So the next thing I did with Machina, I put it in note repeat mode, then I put it on ARP, and basically I let the note repeat at a rate of 1/4. So it went sort of like. So that was a part that was also part of the beat. And then I actually took it off of chord playback and note repeat, and also still used the ARP, but played something like this on the chorus. Excuse me, it was a little bit faster than that. So because it's in chord mode and it's using different chords, when I use ARP and I don't choose to make it play the chord completely, it'll actually play out each individual note. I can have it set to play the note up, going in a pattern of going up, or going in a pattern of going down, or just going in any random pattern. You can do that pretty much with anything. I've done it with Fruity Loops, Pro Tools, my MPC. So that's definitely a great feature when you want to add a little change up and a little additive to it. So next we're going to go into another part of the beat that was played. I also had played a little low keys on the bottom of this because I didn't want it to stay just the high keys and not have any texture. So we'll go into that part. So next what I did is I didn't want just the high keys to play as we were discussing before. So I did use pretty much the same piano that I was using in a separate part to do the low keys. So one part of the low keys went like. So that played over one part, and then because there's different parts of the beat, there's different change ups. So another one went like. And that pretty much went over another part. And what I did next is, like I told you, I used to always love sampling, and I'll still do it every now and then, but I've gone more original, but I still like to have that sample feel. So I found a few different programs I can use to add a few things to make it feel like a sample, but it's not a sample. And I'll show you how that works in just a second. So as we were discussing before, I do a few different things so that it can feel like a sample, but it's not truly a sample. So in the background of the beat, you're going to hear things like this to make you have the feeling that it came from a record, but it didn't. So I have, like I said, different plugins that I use. In this particular one, I played something like this. So that's playing in the background of one part. Another part playing in the background is. And also on another part that's playing in the background, you're going to hear. So basically, with the particular plugin that I use, what I love most about it is I set the root note. So in this particular root note, it was pretty much a F minor that I used, and then I set the tempo as well. So it follows the tempo of the beat that I set in the program, as well as I set the root note so it all stays in the proper key. So with that all being played, I'll give you a quick preview of how everything went from the intro into the verse, and we'll check out everything else later. Thank you very much for watching. So we've gone over the different parts that I played throughout the beat and how I pretty much sequenced it up. So right now we're going to play pretty much a rough copy of what it sounds like. I'm still going to put it in Pro Tools, mix it down different ways, add reverb, add delay, pan it certain ways to how I want the beat to be. But here's pretty much a rough copy of how everything turned out. You can hear, like I said, the changes and what I did with the arc when I did the hi-hats. There's that crash I was telling you about. And then we pretty much get into the meat of the beat. Here goes. You get the knock of that 808 in the background. I also layered a kick over the 808 because you can't just have a plain 808, it'll be too muddy. It sometimes gets drowned out in the beat. So you need to have a kick with a little bit of a punch that'll punch through and give you a little bit of a high side on it. Same thing with the snare. I told you I layered that with a clap, so that'll play through. The only thing I usually don't layer as much is I don't layer my hats as much, but I definitely can. And using reverb and delay, you can sort of mask that a little bit. So we got different change outs during the beat, different things that go, and it's pretty much about to get into the chorus where another change up happened. So as you can hear in the background, it really does sound like it came from a sample, but it did not. And that's the beauty of a lot of the plugins out there and the different things you can do. So I know it's been a while. I'm back again, more beat videos on the way. I definitely thank you for watching. Please subscribe, please like, or give a comment on the video. And if you do have any questions, you can hit me up either on my website, www.jesushits.com, or my YouTube channel, and I'll be sure to answer any questions I can. Thank you very much for watching. Please continue to make music. Love the music. It's not always about the money. It's about the music and what you love to do. Thank you very much.
Jesus hits. Jesus hits. Jesus hits.